All right, y'all. So scammers and eBay, biggest fear, right? We all hate scammers. One of the ways people go about protecting themselves is going on these Facebook groups where people will post the buyer's username that recently scammed them or had a bad experience with them or whatever it may be. And they usually post the proof, the buyer's username, and everybody agrees and blocks them. So it's, damaging to the scammer. They can no longer see 20 or 30 so people's eBay store. And at the same time, it gets you ahead of the curve. If you're selling, for instance, watches and this guy's a known watch scammer, you blocked him. Now he's not a problem. You're good to go. But a lot of people think it's pointless. It's a waste of time. It's just the cost of business. You get one scammer a year, maybe less. Regardless, my question was, what happens when you post in this group and people start harassing the scammer? Because I've had those thoughts. You see somebody who's obviously a scammer, you get a little mad and you're like, okay, well, I bet you this guy's a seller. And then you do a little investigation and you see, okay, he does sell things. Wow. And you find his account and you look over his feedback and you're all fired up. And what's to stop you from sending them a message saying, hey, we all know you're a scammer? And what stops me is the fact that I have a business to protect. I'm not a keyboard warrior, but there's a huge percentage of people who are totally willing to just fire away and start attacking these scammers on eBay. So when you post another buyer's username and say this guy scammed you, does he deserve the hatred? Absolutely. But just be prepared for him to get it. And I wanted to know if this is a bannable offense, if eBay specifically says that you're not allowed to do this. So I asked ChatGPT to read the agreement for me and tell me. And here's what we got. eBay's privacy notice states that personal information should be used solely for transaction-related purposes. Sharing a buyer's username outside of eBay, especially to influence others' interactions with that buyer, could be considered a misuse of personal information. Which, I mean, it makes sense. You're essentially outing somebody's username. Here's an account on eBay. This guy is bad. And it will get clicks. People will go to it. People will block it. It will influence the interactions that they have on eBay. And it's a bannable offense. Now, do I agree with that? No. I think we should absolutely be able to post a billboard in New York City Times Square with these guys' usernames. But that's just my opinion. Will I do that? Will I be posting in these groups? Absolutely not. It is not worth it to risk your business over one scammer. Scammers are the cost of doing business. Theft happens in retail. We need to fight it. Absolutely. We need to do everything we can to fight the scammers, but you shouldn't risk your business. It's not worth your money to go after one guy. Now, if it was a huge high dollar item, there are resources you have, police, eBay will help you. You just have to make sure you get the police involved. There are plenty of informative Facebook groups and posts about that as well, how to deal with these scammers. And that is why I like these groups where they're outing the scammers and talking about how they got scammed, because it gives you a little bit of advanced information as far as when it does happen to you, you're kind of ready. You know what to expect. You know what to do. And it's good to be ahead of the curve. So leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about these groups. Have you posted in them? Will you post in them? Do you read them? Do you think it's a waste of time? Everybody has an opinion. Let me know. Peace.